students, in this video we are going to see about capacitance, parallel plate capacitance, cylindrical capacitance and spherical capacitance. Let's dive into the video. First one is, what is electrical capacitance? Capacitance means the measure of the ability of a conductor to store charges is known as capacitance or capacity. Okay, we all know the name capacitor. The capacitor is the device that store electrical charges. It consists of two plates separated by an insulator. Non-conductive region can either be a vacuum or an electrical insulator known as dielectric. The dielectric may be glass, air, paper or semiconductor. Variety of sizes and shapes are there, and we all know the symbol of the capacitance. Here it is the symbol, right? The charge Q is directly proportional to the voltage. Q is equal to CV or C is equal to Q divided by V, which is the representation of C. The capacitance of a conductor is defined as the charge required to raise the potential through 1 unit. SI unit of capacitance is farad, then symbol is here. The capacitance is said to be 1 farad when 1 coulomb of charge raises the potential of conductor by 1 volt. If we give 1 volt, the conductor charge 1 farad means that's the capacitance of the conductor. Since 1 coulomb is the big amount of charge, the capacitance will be usually in the range of millifarad, microfarad, nanofarad and picofarad. Then capacitance of the isolated sphere conductor. Let a charge Q be given to the sphere which is assumed to be concentrated at the center. A charge which is present in the center of the sphere. Okay. Then potential at any point on the surface is V is equal to Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. We already know the potential difference V in the earlier classes. C is equal to Q divided by V. So we can substitute the capacitance value. Then we get C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay. Capacitance of a spherical conductor is directly proportional to its radius. And then the above equation is true for conducting sphere, hollow or solid. If sphere is in a medium, then C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught epsilon R into R. And then capacitance of the earth is 711 microfarad. Then basic principle. The basic principle of capacitance is step number 1. Plate A is positively charged and B is neutral. When a neutral plate B is brought near A, charges are induced on B such that the side near A is negative and the other side is positive. The potential of the system A and B in step 1 and 2 remains the same because the potential due to positive and negative charge on B cancel out. And then step number 3. When the farther side of B is earthed, the positive charge on B get neutralized and B is left only with negative charges. Now the net potential of the system decreases due to the sum of the positive potential on A and negative potential on B. To increase the potential to the same value as was in step 2, an additional amount of charge can be given to plate A. This means the capacity of storing charges on A increases. The system is so formed called a capacitor. Next one is parallel plate capacitor. Early we see a parallel plate capacitor is separated by a dielectric, which may be a glass or a vacuum or any other dielectric medium. Capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. A parallel plate capacitor is an arrangement of two parallel conducting plates of equal area separated by an air medium or any other insulating medium such as paper, mica, glass or wood. V is equal to E into D, which is equal to sigma divided by epsilon naught into D. And then V is equal to QD divided by A epsilon naught, because of sigma is equal to Q divided by A. And then C is equal to Q divided by V, as we already studied, and then substitute the Q divided by V in substitute the value of V in capital C, and then C is equal to A epsilon naught divided by D. This is the parallel plate capacitance formula. And then types of capacitance. Already we see the parallel plate capacitor, and the another type is cylindrical capacitor. In the parallel plate capacitor, there is a separation is available between the two conducting plates, and in the cylindrical capacitor, there is a roll of dielectric material is between the metal foil. If the space between the plate is filled with dielectric medium of relative permeability ER, then C is equal to A epsilon naught into epsilon R divided by D. Capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is directly proportional to the area of the plates and inversely proportional to the distance of separated between them. These are the conclusion we have get from the parallel plate capacitance. Next one is cylindrical capacitance. Cylindrical capacitor electric field falls off as 1 divided by R. In this cylindrical capacitance, there are two charges plus Q and minus Q, and there is a path of integration. The geometry is fairly simple, but the V integration is slightly more difficult. To calculate capacitance, we first need to determine the electric field intensity E between the plates. We use Gauss law with the cylindrical Gaussian surface closed in a region between the plates, and then epsilon naught into E, capital E refers to electric field intensity into dA, which is equal to Q. This is the Gauss law. So Q is equal to epsilon naught E into A, which is equal to, for the area we can substitute 2 pi R L because of the cylindrical radius and area, and then E is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon naught R into L. And then need to find potential difference V. We have to find potential difference between V plus and V minus, and then the formula is V is equal to minus integral of E into ds. Since E is approximately 1 by R, so we have V is equal to Q divided by 2 pi epsilon L integral A to B dr divided by R. So the upper limit and lower limit are substituted. For 1 divided by R, the integral of 1 by R is ln of R, and for R, the upper limit and lower limit is substituted. So finally we get the capacitance C is equal to Q divided by V, which is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught capital L divided by ln of B by A. This is the cylindrical capacitance. Next one is spherical capacitance. Spherical capacitance electric field intensity falls off as 1 divided by R squared. At the same, we have to substitute in the space of R, we have to substitute 1 by R squared in the spherical capacitance. To integrate 1 by R squared, we get Q divided by 4 pi epsilon naught as constant as we take outside, and for 1 by R squared, we can substitute the upper limit and the lower limit. For R integral R power minus 2 plus 1 divided by minus 2 plus 1, so we get 1 by R. So we have to substitute the upper limit and lower limit, 1 by A minus 1 by B. So the capacitance is C is equal to Q divided by V, which is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught AB divided by BA. This is the spherical capacitance. Let's we see about the capacitance summary. First we have C parallel plate capacitor, which is C is equal to epsilon naught A divided by D, and here in place of A we have to substitute the 2 pi RL in cylindrical, and then integral we can get C is equal to 2 pi epsilon naught L divided by ln of B by A. In the spherical capacitor we have to substitute 1 by R squared in space of electrical field intensity, so that we can get C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught AB divided by B minus A. Capacitance for isolated sphere C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught R. Unit epsilon naught into length is equal to C squared per Nm, which is equal to farad, named after Michael Faraday. And this is all about the capacitance, parallel plate capacitance and cylindrical capacitance, and then spherical capacitance. Thank you.